What's up, guys? This is Bull by the Fell-Handed. Today we have an interview with KeardaddyZero0000. There's a lot of zeros. I'm not exactly sure how many zeros are in your name?
That'd be 4 Bullseye.
4 zeros. That's a lot of zeros. So, anyway, you were one of the gentlemen who won, I guess if you could call that. It's more like a punishment. The interview with a tanker. And today we're going to be interviewing you as well as someone at a later date whenever I can, stop being lazy. So, let's get right into it. First off,
we're anything to help out your channel. I appreciate it.
That's what I like. We need more of that, infinitely. Just man, it just
yeah.
it's right in the feels.
10,000.
Right in the feels, man. Somewhere else, but mainly right in the fields. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to get, into the easy questions at first. Then we're going to get into the moderate questions. Then we're going to get into the hard questions. Now, it's tanks related, mostly, kind of. It is, I promise. So, what brought you to World of Tanks?
Well, I've always been a big World War II fan, and I actually originally started on PC when I saw a commercial for it, and I was playing PC, and then I got an Xbox One, and been on it for 2 years now, and I just really love the history and just the clash of the Titans with the tanks, man.
Sure. So how long did you start on PC? How long was that going on?
I was probably on for about 6 months.
Okay.
My Xbox One.
What do you like better?
Or Xbox. I like using the controller better. I'm not a big keyboard fan.
Right.
I like the Xbox. I like the community on the Xbox One, and console just has a better feel for me.
Sure. No, I agree with you totally. I started on PC, I think, as well for just a little bit, and yeah. Okay, so fantastic.
We don't like those clickers.
Don't like the clickers. So, what is the best? You were saying about, you were referring to you like the World War II and the history and everything. What is the best draw of that? Is my question to you now is is it the World War II? Is it the prototypes they've got out here? The T-29 stuff that never made it to mass production, stuff that was blueprint only, or is it the first run production Tiger with the Feifel air cleaners? Like, go into some detail, elaborate if you will.
I'm pretty old school with that. I love just to run the M4 on the Overlord map and just kind of get caught up in nostalgia. You see the paratroopers come in. I love doing that, and that's kind of where my heart lies. I also love getting into those big heavies. I just recently went up to the E100 line.
Ooh.
And man, it's a beast when you get that thing hauled down in a city. Ooh. And you get 750 Alpha on that thing with some serious pen.
And it recently got a buff, 246 penetration. So yeah, best of both worlds. Okay, Kier,
it's fun to be able to see where World War II would have gone if the war was prolonged, and it would have been pretty crazy to see some of those bigger tanks out there.
Oh man! Unfortunately, I think they might have been smashed by Allied Arty, Allied Air Power, not Arty. Sorry. You see, that's where my mind is. How long have you been playing World of Tanks? Well, you kind of answered that actually.
I literally just got my 2-year stamp yesterday.
Okay. I was kind of, you gave me a generality, but I wanted, But yeah, if you just got your 2-year, well, that's good. That's good. So, what is your favorite map and why? Hot button question.
Yeah, absolutely. I kind of like the city maps, but right now my favorite map is Overlord. Just that nostalgia on it. I love the run opposite the beach and kind of try to get that flank going and really get those heavy tanks down those lines.
Right. I know the ones you're talking about. Okay.
Yeah.
Now, do you tend to play solo, or do you roll with a platoon?
I tend to try to roll with a platoon. Yeah, I think World Tanks is much better shared as platoon.
I
Get a
agree.
good camaraderie. You know, I get a guy that has my back, I got his back, and then we can also share the misery when we're in tier 10 matchmaking of tier 8 or something.
It's a shared misery.
Yeah.
So, out of all this, M4 side, what is your favorite tank?
I'm kind of running through some of my tanks right now. I really like the Mutant 6, M6A2E1.
That is a solid tank. I had no idea how tough that tank was until I did a weak spot guide for it. It has some weak spots, but if you engage that thing at range, you're in trouble. Unless RNG is with
I
you.
watched your weak spot guide before. Yeah, I watched that weak spot guide, and it even after watching it, it still gives me troubles
it's
when
tough,
I go against it. So
frontally, it's very difficult to deal with. So the next question, which is kind of a polar opposite to that, is what is your least favorite tank to play?
Usually whatever when I'm grinding and get hit by an RD.
Oh.
But,
Yes.
least favorite. No, I really. I'm grinding the Churchill GC right now, and that one's just been pretty.
That's a
to grind.
gun carrier.
Yeah, the gun carrier, tank destroyer, tier 6.
That goes up to the stage 2, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, that goes over to the Death Star.
Gotcha.
Up to the AT-8 or something.
So anything, I guess you're saying that's not fully upgraded.
Yeah.
I don't blame you.
It's pretty tough.
I don't blame you. So, what is your favorite non-World of Tank game?
Ooh, I would be favorite non. I'm a big fan of the Battlefield series. I love Battlefield 4. I played that a lot.
Sure, World War II. Well,
yeah.
Call of Duty. Sorry, I was thinking Call of Duty.
Right. That's also a good game. I love playing zombies on that game. But I'll go with Battlefield. Just you can jump in a plane, you can jump in a tank, or you can just hit it on foot and go snipe some dudes. So it's pretty fun. I'm also a big fan of FIFA. I like FIFA games
Right,
too.
right. Okay, so premium rounds or nah?
I usually try not to use them.
Sure.
Until I get into a pickle.
Right.
But with this last string theory op, I was using a lot of them.
Well, you know what? They're there. There's nothing wrong with it, despite what some folks think. It's part of the game. You can't be mad. Okay, so
if you hit your targets, they're worth it.
Absolutely. Who knows? You may even make a little money.
Yeah, exactly.
So, in your opinion, what are the top 5 skills every tanker must have?
As far as like the crew skills, I will go. Usually, I like to start out with mentor.
Let's say skills perks.
Right away.
So you said which one? Sorry.
Mentor.
Mentor. Okay.
And then definitely, I forget what the light bulb one's called.
Sixth Sense.
The situational awareness. Sixth Sense.
Yes, sir.
Yep, Sixth Sense. You got to know when you're being looked at and be able to dodge.
Absolutely.
Get in the cover. And then I like Brother in Arms, just a full all-around buff.
BA is always good.
And then I've been usually going with vision, so like a recon or situational awareness.
Okay, gotcha.
So that's usually the top 4 I go. Either that or I'll swap in like a track mechanic.
Track mechanic is good. I mean, it almost, that with repair, almost gets your tracks up faster than, you can select the tracks on the on the little wheel. So, I think you actually answered this earlier. My next question was grind or nah. And you said you were grinding, and you said you're not a fan of it, but,
I'm kind of a hybrid player with that, though. I do like to grind, but I do have my premium tanks that I like to really get my crews going in those. So I do a little bit of both, but I usually am out there grinding, trying to get that next package.
Have you ever cashed out a tank before? In other words, have you paid for to convert free XP?
I have done that, absolutely.
You have done that? Okay.
Yes.
All right, now we're getting into the meat of the questioning here. If you had to ballpark it, how much money have you spent on this game?
I bet I've spent probably about $200 on this game.
Oh, okay. That's not too bad. Some of us would.
Yeah, I bet I'm right there around 200.
Okay, some of us would really break the bank. I'm probably one of them.
Yeah,
Yeah. I have a lot of tanks that I don't run.
I like to run with I like to buy the tanks I'm going to have for a long time. And,
sure.
And then I also spend for some premium here and there. So, I'll buy a 3,000 gold every now and then, but
sure,
it's probably right around that over $200 mark.
I got you. I understand completely. Here is a hot button question, so be ready.
Oh boy.
What do you think is the most unbalanced thing in the game?
Ooh. Man. Unbalanced thing in the game.
Yes, sir.
Man, I almost want to say some of those light tanks just because they're speed, but I'm gonna go with probably the Death Star.
The Death Star.
Just because
the exact tank you were going for.
Yeah, oh yeah. It doesn't mean I don't want it. It is, for some reason, every time I aim at that thing, I bounce it, and then it hits me for about 5,000 damage.
Well, it did get a buff.
Yeah, it did.
It did get a buff. Next question. What is the longest you've ever played World of Tanks in a row, consecutively?
Ooh. Man, I just put a good session in last Friday night. And I think we started right around... That was probably about a 7-hour session.
Whew.
But I bet the longest... Yeah, that's 7... I bet I played it for 10 hours straight before.
10 hours? That's impressive. Oh. Now, were you grinding or were you just having fun?
Probably grinding.
Grinding?
A little mix, When you're on there for that long, you're doing everything. You're getting all your ×2 bonuses. You're going up a few tanks. You're buying tanks. You're just having fun.
Sure. No, I don't blame you at all. It's a wonderful game. I love it. So, what is your least favorite tank to be fighting? And you can pick any tier.
Any tier. I've really struggled with the Bogatir lately, but I'm going to say the IS-4.
IS-4.
I just hate bouncing rounds off its backside.
It's a tough tank. It is a very, very tough tank. Lots of HP.
Either that or the Bat Chat 155-58.
Yes.
That one, you think you're in the clear, then all of a sudden it's like rain coming down on you.
Yeah, that is a very mean tank, especially with the 4-round autoloader.
Mm-hmm.
So, if you could pick one feature to add to the game, what would it be? Anything you want.
You know what? I've seen a few things that the PC's trying now is like 30 on 30 battles with respawns. I think that'd be a blast.
30 on 30 with
I really,
respawns.
yeah, a little bit bigger maps. You know, there's multiple battles going on at the same time, and
Sure.
I think that'd be a lot of fun.
Okay, 30 on 30. We might have to give that a go.
Yeah.
So, in closing, is there anything you'd like to say to the folks watching?
Yeah, just Boulevard, man, you're the best. You put out a lot of great videos. Yeah, I enjoy your counterparts, Spartan Lee. And,
Double D.
you know, Double D. He's a genuine salt of the earth guy, and really enjoy all the videos. And guys, when you see me, please just don't shoot the premium at me.
You heard it here, folks. Don't spam Primo at KearDaddy. Lots of zeros. Okay, well, Keir, I appreciate you coming. I appreciate you being here, taking the time out of your day to conduct this interview. Guys,
Absolutely.
I hope everyone enjoyed this. Please remember to like, subscribe, and share. We'll see you guys next time.